Nigeria's Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, says that Nigeria Customs Service's record-breaking revenue collection is clear evidence that the country's economy is not in depression. Speaking at a two-day retreat with the Senate Committee on Customs in Abuja, Adeniyi said the service exceeded its 2025 revenue target by collecting more than 7.2 trillion naira, while revenue for the first 5 months of 2026 has already reached 4.43 trillion naira. The customs boss said the impressive performance was not simply the result of exchange rate changes, but the outcome of deliberate reforms, digital transformation, and improved efficiency across the service. Adeniyi also said Nigeria's emergence as chair of the World Customs Organization is a strong vote of confidence in the country's commitment to customs reforms and modernization. According to him, the international recognition reflects Nigeria's willingness to embrace global best practices, strengthen border management, and improve trade facilitation through technology.
Last year, the service collected 7.27 trillion naira, exceeding our targets by 10.24%. And between January and May of this year, we've collected 3.35 trillion. These are not the figures of an administration that could be said to be in difficulty. But I want to be careful about what those numbers prove. Revenue growth in a period of currency adjustments can flatter an administration that has done very little. What matters is whether the growth rests on better systems or on favorable arithmetic. I want to let you know that our situation rests on system, and the promise of this retreat is to let you examine that claim rather than just accepting it from me. Beyond collection, the service now chairs the Council of the World Customs Organization. Nigeria holds that chair not because of our size, not because of the size of our economy, but because of the direction of our reforms. When our peers in 186 customs administrations look at Nigeria, they see an administration that has decided to modernize and that has done so.
The Comptroller General called on the National Assembly to support ongoing reforms by updating the Nigeria Customs Service Act where necessary and aligning legislative oversight with modern automated customs operations. He noted that customs modernization has reduced human discretion, improved transparency, and strengthened revenue collection, despite resistance from those who benefited from outdated manual processes.
By modernization, we mean the replacement of discretion with rules. Every point at which an author exercises personal judgment over a consignment is a point at which the outcome depends on that officer, on his training, on his workload, his integrity, and the mood for the day. Modernization is the systematic reduction of those points and their displacement with risk rules, automated valuation references, and data-driven targeting that produce the same answer regardless of who is working behind the desk. This is why our trade modernization project matters. And this is why the deployment of Modogu is more than a change of software. A customs administration that runs on paper is an administration in which the file can be found or lost, in which the files can be moved forward or held back. An administration that runs a single electronic record is one in which every decision leaves a trace. Every delay has an answer, and every intervention can be reconstructed after the fact. None of this would have been possible without the Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023, and I want to begin this section with a word of gratitude to members of the Parliament. The Act was the work of the National Assembly, and it is easily forgotten in the daily business of oversight that the instrument which made our reform lawful was drafted, debated, and passed by the institution that you represent. For decades, this service operated under legislation written for a different century and in a different pattern of trade. The new act gave us a modern legal basis for electronic processing, for advanced rulings, for authorized economic operator status, and for funding mechanism that makes sustained investment possible.
Chairman of the Senate Committee on Customs, Senator Jibrin Issa, commended the Nigeria Customs Service for surpassing its revenue target, describing the achievement as proof that the ongoing reforms are delivering measurable results. He assured the committee's continued support for policies and legislation aimed at strengthening customs operations, boosting revenue generation, and improving border security.
Forward in 2026, we believe that you can do a lot better. What you need to do is to identify your challenges, try to address them as much as possible, so that you can have a much more robust performance in 2026 and beyond. Where you require legislative backings, please do not hesitate to call on us.